Good evening, my name's Steve McClure and it's my privilege to lead Formation School. And this evening I'm going to be interviewing Mohsen and Rob, so if you want to come up. I realise there may be people in the room for whom you've already done Formation School. There may also be people in the room who have no idea what it is. And perhaps there's a bunch of you in between who've been involved in some level or other. So there's lots for us to learn here, but we'd like to hear from two of our current students. And so we've got Mohsen and we've got Rob. Let's just start with you, Rob. This is an additional question just to throw you. For someone out there who's thinking, what on earth is Formation School? How would you answer that question?
I would say Formation School is a time of thinking very much about your relationship with Jesus. Is looking deeper into the Bible, thinking about mission, thinking about evangelism, and also your personal relationship with Jesus. And it's a chance to really just sort of, take time out and grow in your faith and be quite deliberate about it.
Thank you, Rob. That's really helpful. Just to give a few more kind of details on that, Formation School runs from September through to July, so it's 10 months. Formation School happens here in the building on a Tuesday evening, every Tuesday in term time, and then 3 Saturdays through the year. And there's a bunch of details on the screen you can be reading as we talk. So, Rob, just to give you a second question here, can you tell us a bit about what's been your highlight this year? What's been your experience of Formation School? What have you enjoyed?
Okay, so I think meeting a whole variety of different people. So the people who come on Formation School are from all different sorts of backgrounds. Some might be in full-time Christian ministry, others won't be. You've got people from different countries, but all with an enthusiasm for learning more about Jesus. And then also the variety of topics that we cover. So Formation School, it covers a whole variety of different things. Every week is different, and it challenges you in your thinking very much. And it's also very good to, after you've listened to a talk, then maybe a few days later, take some time just to reflect on it, think about it. And I think that is one of the ways that you grow from the course.
Amazing. Thank you, Rob. That's really helpful. Mohsen, can we pass it to you? I've been really looking forward to interviewing Mohsen all week. I've been in the Lake District on holiday, but I've been looking forward to this moment. Mohsen, can you answer that same question? What has been the highlight for you? What have you particularly enjoyed about being on Formation School this year?
To be honest, God blessed me in many ways through Formation School. And He tried to improve my faith, my spiritual faith, and knowing Him more and more, and being more and more like Him, and to love others more and more like Him. And lots of skills I learned from Formation School, hopefully going to be useful in my future, and hopefully God will use me as His useful tool in His toolbox. He built up a good foundation in me, and many things more.
Maybe I can push you just a bit further, Mohsen. As someone from an international background, English isn't your first language. How have you found Formation School?
To be fair, when I began the Formation School, I just felt I cannot do this. It's not good enough. And then I think Lord Jesus is enough for me and for others maybe who think it's the second language is going to be a bit difficulties. Actually, we have leaders who in the huddle group, they are really compassionate. They're asking questions about the difficulties or the challenges, and they always are able to work harder than others, like English first languages. They are really helpful, especially Bettina. She was my leader, and she was like a mom, looked after me. Yeah.
Bettina Collins is
Yeah.
Mohsen's huddle leader.
Yeah.
And the huddle is like the small group that's at the center of the evening. And I think over the years we've realized that's really the glue that makes it work. You can't just sit and listen, even sit and interactively listen and talk around tables. You need that space to go and just let your hair down and have some time with Bettina. Let's come back to Rob, shall we? Rob, can you just tell us a little bit about how you've been able to put this into practice, or how you might be able to do that in the future? You know, what's the point of doing formation school? What's going to come out of it for you?
Okay, so when we started the course, we were thinking about how, as God sort of blesses you, sort of pours out into you, then that enables you to then pour out your life into other people. And for me, I found one of the things from the course is, I think, taking time out just to rest and listen to God. We looked at how, like, one of the things that was very important to Jesus was to go away and spend time by himself praying. And then from that, he then went out and did sort of his ministry. And so for me, I find it's making time to listen to God, and then from that being used by him.
And Mohsen, can we have the same question to you?
Same things, but I feel God called me for the next year going to global gathering, which is international group, to keep practicing the skills I learned, to practice on the table with who are non-Christians. They coming joining us for a moment to being with God, and then maybe that's going to be a good opportunity for me and for others to knowing more Jesus. Yeah. And yeah, as Rob says, having rest with God, praying more, and yeah.
Okay, final question, Mohsen. If I give you 30 seconds, what would you say to someone here who is thinking, well, I might like to do formation school? What would you say to encourage them?
Don't do that. This is a big mistake. I suffered and I was pain. I encourage especially the international brothers and sisters who could use this opportunity to let the master teach important skills. And also I ask my church family to pray for these 12 disciples this year to be useful in Jesus' kingdom.
Amazing. Rob, final question to you.
Okay, so for those who are thinking perhaps of doing the course, I would say perhaps do some research, speak to people who have done it, have a look online at the website. And many people often think that it's a very big commitment and they won't be able to find the time, but actually these are sort of problems that can be solved. You know, you just need to plan your evening perhaps, and you can have food here as well. Just get a takeaway and eat your food as you're listening to the talk. And you'll soon find that actually the evenings go very quickly. There's a huge variety, and you really get into it, and especially with the people that you meet on the course.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mohsen. Thank you, Rob. Just two quick things before Matthew's going to shoot me in a minute. We've got 2 taster evenings coming up in June. Hopefully a slide will come up. There it is. On the 11th and the 25th. So if you'd like to come and have a look for yourself, see what a session is like, a first session, and then have a small group with one of our team to ask some of your questions, then that would be a great way just to explore whether this is for you. Applications are open for September, and the deadline is currently set at the end of June. So we would really value early applications if that's possible. There are some flyers on the way out, and please do take one of those. But thank you very much for listening, and we value your interest, your prayers for Formation School, and we'd love it if some of you wanted to be part of that next year. Thank you.